One.
Welcome back to the Love Zone. This is Michael LoveJoi here, and guess who we got here with us once again? We got the urban entrepreneur, the great Darryl Scott. Darryl,
thank you very much
for coming again. So happy that you're here with us. Thank you. And we got you outside
thank
this
you very
time,
much.
so you don't have to sweat like you did last time.
Okay.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
I'm ready.
We got a lot of serious issues and things that's going on, and we want to be sure that we cover all the bases.
Yes, sir.
In Atlantic City, as we always talk about, there's a tremendous downturn in the casino industry.
Yes, sir.
How many people is it affecting, and what happened?
It's possibly going to affect 6,055 people. The casinos that they're talking about is Showboat, the Revel, the Trump Plaza, and possibly there's one more I can't think of right now, but it's going to be 6,055 people that's affected. They're supposed to start this downturn September 1st, and September 2nd, the Revel is finished. The next casino to close is supposed to be Showboat, but there are negotiations about possibly finding a suitor. Plaza, I'm not sure exactly when they're going to close, but overall it's going to affect 6,055 people.
6,055 people at this particular time that's being affected by the downturn in the casino industry. The impact of the downturn in the casino industry, how is it affecting Black community?
The downturn is going to be devastating because South Jersey, the main catalyst, is casino gambling since 1978. The main source of most of these areas of Galloway Township, Egg Harbor Township, Atlantic City, Pleasantville, Mays Landing, all these workers that have worked in the casino industry have bought property or rental property in these affected areas. It's going to be devastating. It's going to affect the bottom line for a lot of businesses through a ripple effect.
Yes.
My industry, barbering. A guy that gets a haircut every 2 weeks, he may go down to once a month. Hairdressers, same thing. Supermarket. He may go to shopping every week. Now he may have to go every 10 days to 2 weeks. Cable. He had a full cable package. It's going to be affected where he may have to go down to basic cable. These are the realities. Cars. If you have a large car payment that you barely was making it, you may have to downsize and get a smaller car that you own instead of having a car payment. A lot of people are already, I've heard, are moving out of their houses, letting them go back. It's the same thing as 2008, 2009, and they're going to rentals.
This is a devastating blow to the local economy here in the Atlantic County, Cumberland County, and various other counties here in New Jersey, and regional. Now, you talked about the ripple effect. In reference to the ability to be able to be stable, the destabilization of the economy through the downturn. So what's the effect of education, jurisprudence, and also in the assistance area, where people go to get assistance in an unstable or unstable time?
That's a very good question, Brother Michael. First of all, when you take an industry like the casino industry, it's not a highly educated industry. Most of the workforce is entry level. So they're now interviewing people for Hanover, Maryland. Hanover, Maryland has one casino. So how is that going to fill the void of 6,055 people being laid off in the next 2 weeks to 3 weeks?
Well, they're just filling in particular vacancies that they may have there in Hanover, right?
Right. But my overall analytical view of the whole situation is that they're downsizing to become more of a force in hotel space and conventions, and getting rid of that wintertime where they have to like lay people off. They're just going to go with a full-time workforce, but it's going to be cut down in half.
Well, you see, the reason why I brought the urban entrepreneur back is because we can get the real skinny on what's going on, and we don't have to be dancing around the subject matter. Mr. Scott here is a very, very educated and very, very well-studied man. That's the reason why we bring him back to the Love Zone. You're my go-to guy. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
Now, in reference to the ripple effect, sir,
Yes.
what's going to happen with the effect of the destabilization of the economic reality in the black community here? You got people that normally, like you said, would get a haircut. Are you going to see the barbershops close up? Are you going to see the grocery stores close up because the income is not coming in as fluid as it used to? Car dealerships, the ripple effects. So could you explain that?
Okay, Brother Michael, once again, very excellent reality. The reality is that most people are going to end up in a situation where they have to downsize. They may have to move in with family members. They may have to go from being a homeowner to a renter. They may have to go from owning a car to buying a lesser model car with liability insurance instead of full coverage. The ripple effect is going to be devastating. And what has to happen is the politicians have to come out and they have to have town meetings to explain to the populace that this is a very bad situation and that you just can't put a Band-Aid on it. You have to basically have some type of answers for people who have been working in the industry for 36 years, and now you close the door on 4 casinos within a year's time. I think it's a political situation that has to be addressed in a real-time manner.
Yes, sir.
And it's very devastating. It's very devastating.
Well, do you see the wherewithal of the governor coming down trying to intervene to see what he could do to head this off or ward this off?
That's a very good question. And it gets dicey when you talk about the governor because he's made major acquisitions in New Jersey. The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey have merged. The airport out here, Atlantic City Airport, is owned by the Port Authority. Revel didn't work out. The governor was behind that. They want to take pension funds from some of the people that are in the pension fund in New Jersey. So right now, Governor Christie coming to a town meeting and addressing some of these issues would be very timely. Very timely.
Well, you know, people are looking for solace and they're looking for explanation on what to do and what can the state government do to help them to get around this problem or these issues that's coming now. Now, let me tell you this. Tax base.
Yes.
In reference to the casinos closing.
Yes.
Those industries or those businesses that depend on taxes, like schools.
Yes.
How is it going to affect the schools?
Well, New Jersey has been covered a lot through the CRDA, Casino Reinvestment Authority. And this area hasn't had too many problems with the school year as far as the budget, meeting its budgets, like Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, for example, trying to raise money through cigarette tax. All this is going to be affected. Everything that the casino was doing in 2013, they will not be able to continue on in the end of 2014 going into 2015 because the loss of 4 casinos.
So you're saying that that ripple effect with the loss of the 4 casinos is going to directly impact education?
Yes. For example, since 1985, when the CRDA was started, they take 1.2% of all their gross earnings and been funneling this money into the CRDA. CRDA has done a magnificent job in New Jersey, but not in Atlantic City. They haven't done that much for Atlantic City.
Explain that, sir, in depth, please.
Okay, the revitalization of a lot of cities in New Jersey was helped with CRDA money. Newark, New Jersey is one of them. Has done a fantastic job of bringing Newark out of that riot area to the 21st century. From Penn Station being done over again, Gateway, and some other major projects that were started by Sharp James and Cory Booker followed through. A lot of that money was CRDA and private funding, like Mark Zuckerberg, $100 million for the educational system in Newark alone.
Yes, sir.
But Atlantic City, the CRDA owns 95% of the land, but the residents here are not really profiting far as low-income good housing. The low-income housing, they like to say it's subsidized. It's subsidized housing. But in the major cities, like Newark, for example, again, they got rid of that subsidized housing to ownership of low-income housing. And I believe that they could do that a little bit stronger here in Atlantic City with some of that CRDA money. So they're tearing houses down, but when you tear stuff down, what are you going to replace it with? So that's where I say the council people, the governor, the state senators, the congressmen, the U.S. senators, they have a major issue here because of the casino money was so strong for the last 36 years. And I think the people are not being told what is going to happen to Atlantic City.
So you're seeing that because of the downturn,
Yes,
that there's going to be a new dynamic
very much so.
that's going to appear and take place
Yes,
in Atlantic City.
yes.
So can you explain that dynamic as it refers to communities of color and communities that are not of the mainstream?
Another good question. 2 weeks ago, you had a concert, and it was Blake Sheldon, Lady Annabelle, and in that concert, they generated like $40 million in a 4-day period. That's what I was told. So I don't think they lie about something like that. But what they saw is that they can generate money in Atlantic City with a different paradigm. That paradigm was dealing with more of a particular target-based audience that possibly was at that 1% level or 5% level as far as finances. They said parking in some areas was $50, no problem. It was supposed to be free, but they charging $20. So here's the ripple effect. You get 130,000 people for both concerts, Lady Annabelle and Blake Sheldon. Toll booth makes money. Boardwalk merchants make money. Parking make money. Other merchants, the casino, mercantile shops in the casino. So they're looking at approaching the marketing strategy a little bit different than they have in the past, with high-end performers at a short period of time to generate the influx of a lot of people and generate 30, 40, 50 million in a 2 or 3 day period.
So that's a tremendous amount of money that's flowing through the hands of the merchants in the city at that time. Now, Mr. Scott, we're going to take a break and pause for the cause. But we want you to hold that thought on the finances, because it's all about the money. Believe it or not, it's all about the money. But this is Michael LoveJoi here in the Love Zone, and we got the urban entrepreneur here, Mr. Darryl Scott, giving us the tidbits and the skinny of what's going down here in Atlantic City. We'll see you in 2 and 2.